Synchronizing. Stabilizing. Engaged.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This is K-Rev with Kouch, and I am so excited to be here this morning. Why am I excited? Because I got breath, and I can talk, and I can breathe, and I can maneuver on my own, and I can just walk from one room to the next. I don't have any type of perilous disease that's in my body, or nothing wrong with my mind. I can move and breathe and have a being because of the great creator, because of God. And also, I'm just privileged to have life. If you got a headache this morning, I understand it may hurt, but you know what? The person in the graveyard, the person that is in the caskets, the person that cannot do anything, can't feel anything, they could possibly wish they had a headache this morning. And so you have to find yourself in all places and always giving thanks and being appreciative of what's going on in your life. I know the headache may feel uncomfortable right now, but it will pass away. It will go away with some time and also maybe some Tylenol. But I want you to be thankful, be honorable, because life is a gift. It is a gift. It is a gift. I'm going to say it again. Life is a gift. It is not supposed to be. Life is not even promised to you. So if you have it, be thankful. If you can breathe, be thankful. If you can maneuver from one room to the next, be thankful. As a life insurance agent, when I'm going through these applications and I'm asking people, have they suffered from this? Or do they have this? Or have they ever had this? It's a laundry list of a lot of different ailments, problems, diseases. But thankfully, I could say I don't have anything. And about 85 to 90% of my clients say the same thing. So if you are not in a place where you're not troubled and you may have to pay some bills. I got to pay bills. I was up last night until about 11:30 paying bills. But you know what? Instead of being disgruntled about the money I had to let out, I was happy and thankful that I can pay it. You have to kind of flip that over a bit. I was happy and thankful that I could pay my bills. I can pay my stuff. I can pay it on time and not worry about it. My light bill is paid. My cell phone bill is paid. My rent is paid. So instead of worrying or being disgruntled or trying to hold on, of the little money that you have or the money that you have, be thankful that you can pay out. Instead of being upset that you're paying out, be thankful that you can do that. So listen, today it is always phenomenal on this Thursday to talk to none other than Dr. LaTronica Fisher of Road to Wellness. She's given us some great information. It's been always great to connect with her. She's blocking out her time to drop some golden nuggets with us to help us to keep our health in check. Last week, we started a conversation on how to move with the transition of the season. So today, we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of talk about how to position ourselves as the seasons change from winter to spring. How can we best position ourselves to be able to move with the transition and the change? So listen, I'm excited to have these conversations with her. I'm excited because you guys are the ones I really care about. You guys are the ones that I care about, my culture, my audience. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, whoever. My audience is pretty diverse. And so I want you guys to understand that you may be a different color, different culture, but we all are under the same consciousness and under the same realm of getting sick. Cars can be different cars and brands, but all of them share the same symptoms when they need an oil change. All of it the same. So listen, it's happening here today on the couch. On Kay's Couch. So after our intro, we'll be talking with none other than Dr. LaTronica Fisher of Road to Wellness. We'll be right back.
Throughout life, one may feel he or she hasn't been heard, seen, or no one is listening. However, look up, don't fret. There is a place for you.
Processing.
Greetings.
Access granted.
Welcome to the couch. K's couch.
It does not say whether you're bad or good, but it is a measurement.
Every single time you go to that bathroom and you got a stream of urine flowing out, you need to be saying, praise God.
Wow.
Because that's a sign that your kidney is getting better.
Like during that time when it was a fraction of a penny, and then you held it until today, you're a multi-millionaire.
Great. And as a result of this next conference, I am going to have a number of events following the conference.
Okay, I got you.
Nobody else. Willing to open the book.
To get this knowledge that you have, you gave up a lot of personal time with family.
It's less than $40 for both.
Wow.
And I have it in a variety of colors.
I take every moment as is. I've learned to be where my feet are.
Good morning, Doug. How you doing?
Good morning. It's a great day.
It's a great day.
We got sun here. You know the way. You know how the weather is like this. I tell
Right.
you. It's cold
Absolutely.
and it's hot. It's cold and it's hot. But today is good. I think the high is supposed to be 72 today. And the last couple of days, it was like in the 40s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I love wearing my open toe shoes. So today is good. So I'm embracing the weather. I'm thankful for the weather today.
Awesome. I'm embracing it too. We got a little sun here too. So
nice. Yeah, I see it
definitely
peeking through
excited.
your blinds.
Absolutely. I'm excited about that. Definitely. The sun actually adds a touch of attitude or personality to my energy.
It
So
does.
I'm glad that it's available today.
It does. And you know, the sun is what I tell my clients. The sun is your doctor. It is basically your doctor in the sky.
Really?
Because it's a form of radiation without all of the damage. So if you ever notice that if you feel down and gloomy, if you walk outside and there's sun, all of a sudden it lifts you up to the next level of feeling better.
You're right.
And so the sun is amazing. I love it. That's why I always tell my clients it's important to try to get some sun every day.
Wow.
Yes.
Is there
It's
a minimum
very
time?
therapeutic. Huh?
Is there a minimum time or maximum time that we
So
should be
usually
out in?
well, for us, because we have a darker melanin, for us, we really need to spend about 40 minutes.
Okay.
At least about 40 to 45 minutes in the sun a day would be really good for us, just because it takes a little time to penetrate through our skin.
Got you.
Very, very healing to the body.
Oh, okay then. Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend some time today in the sun.
Yeah, it feels so good and it's so therapeutic. I just
Wow.
love it. Just looking at it, you'll notice you feel better.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. It just really motivates me to wash my car, even though my car doesn't
Does
need to
it
be washed.
really? That sounds like a man statement.
It motivates me to wash my car,
To wash
really,
my
and
car.
just to be out and just really wash my car and just take a glance at it when the sun is hitting it just right.
And
It
one of
really
the
motivates me.
biggest reason that's so important is because right now with what we're going through and all the turmoil we've been through, there's a
Right.
lot of mental instability going on, a lot of mental illness, a lot of anxiety, a lot of people not sleeping well at night. And so one of the best ways to start that healing process is just going for a walk and getting some sun.
I love that. Well, listen,
Yes.
everybody, y'all
And
listen
it
to
don't
that. Get
cost
some sun.
anything.
Doesn't cost anything. And is it vitamin? What is it? Vitamin D, right?
Yes, that's natural vitamin D.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. You got the
Yes.
vitamin D, natural vitamin D. So make sure you guys today, if it's sunny where you are, get you some sun.
Yes,
Enjoy the sun today.
because
You
it
know,
don't
and
last long.
don't last long, especially now in the spring. You got these
Yes.
showers getting ready to come in and all this rain. So
Mhm.
when you have it, take advantage of it. So yes, today, doctor, thank you so much for being available. What is that
Absolutely.
mantra? Talk to us about that mantra.
Absolutely. That mantra is of course, I just said what I was thankful for. I was very
Right.
thankful for this wonderful weather. And,
Right.
as I was, I always tell people when I rise in the morning, I'm always grateful and thankful before my feet hit the floor. Whether you
Gotcha.
is or not, remember you speak it into existence. So
That's
being
correct.
thankful. What is it I'm thankful for today? So I was just saying, man, I'm so thankful that today we got 70-degree weather. So I get to wear my open toe shoes. How exciting. Boom. And then I'm grateful. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful because one thing I realized as I was going to bed at last night and I was hearing this song playing in my ear about, grateful
Yeah,
for
I
the
got you.
things that you have done. So I
Yeah.
was singing that because
That's a
I
catwalk.
realized that inner strength is not something we're born with.
Say it again.
And I think it should be, but inner strength is something a lot of people are just not born with.
Wow.
And when you realize you have inner strength, when I say if you have inner strength, this is something that you could literally scream to the top of the roof with, being thankful and grateful that you have inner strength.
Right.
Because in this world today, I always thought because of our melanin that we were born strong, but it's a lot of us that are not mentally strong. And you can become mentally tough by taking the challenges, taking on the task, right? So I say that because I can remember a few years ago having to fight for my livelihood, fight for my career, just fight for so many things in life. And I can remember when there was a point when I sat down and didn't feel like fighting because I was like, oh, I don't have to. I'm not going to worry about this. It's not a big deal. And then there was something on the inside that rose up, and that even to this day, I'm still grateful that God put that inner strength inside of me to be able to fight. Just like your health, you have to fight for it.
You have to fight
You
for it.
have
Oh
to
my God.
fight for it.
You have to.
Nobody just serves your health up in a platter.
That is
You
so true.
have to go get it. And then I'm appreciative. What am I appreciative for? That throughout all of the things that has gone on during COVID and then during all this, because my mind stayed constant on him and my mind stayed constant on all of the things that I was grateful for. Not once did I miss a payment. Not once have I been, on my rent for my business, for where I live, payments, things like that we deal with every day, with from light to rent to utilities to food, just basic things. My basic foundational needs were still met. And so
Awesome.
I'm just grateful and I'm thankful and I'm appreciative for all of that. And so remember, when you put that energy out, karma is real. Why? Because guess what happens? When you put out good energy, then the universe is going to find something else good to send to you. And they're
Just
like,
send
well,
your
we're
way.
going to beam her up. You see? And that's how you have to start moving your thoughts and your words, your actions into those favor-filled words, because that's how you get so much more to be grateful, thankful, and appreciative for.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Everybody, I need you guys to understand, while you got sunshine out today, be thankful,
Yes.
appreciative. Learn this mantra. Position
Yes.
yourself to start your day. I started a fast this week, this past Monday, and
Wow.
and I'm gonna be on it for a few days. I'm taking it 7 days at a time. The goal is 30. So I've been fasting from, I haven't had a lot of bread. And so when I do have bread, it probably be like a piece of toast and a slice of toast in the morning. But I'm staying away from certain carbs while I'm working out, but also no television. So I'm substituting any type of television. I will position myself into reading more and also focusing on my business. And so what set the tone, ironically, I went through my online Bible and it was discussing from Matthews 4:4, and said that it was discussing and talking about man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the mouth of God. So that sets the tone. So whatever you say, can and will be used against you if you do not have that correct energy backing it up. So however your life is right now, take a look around. You created it. So you manifest what you have. So you're responsible. So everything that you're saying, I love it. So you have to be in a place of gratefulness. You got to be in a place of appreciativeness, because if you don't, whatever you put your heart and your mind on, that's what you're going to get more of. So I can definitely appreciate that, Dr. LaTronica, on how you're positioning us to set our day today with this great mantra. So we're going through this transition. We're going through this transition of weather, from winter to spring. And when we go through these transitions, it brings about different type of, I guess, sicknesses, so to speak, that we're not ready for. I guess so much like in the spring, we're listening to hay fever. We got the sinus problems in the south. You're dealing with pollen. But in these transitional waves, I want to ask you, just kind of piggybacking off a conversation we had last week, what is maybe 2 or 3 really good ways that we can actually position ourselves to carefully go through the transition of weather changing?
So really the best way, as we begin to move forward and deal with a lot of the changes in the weather and the changes in the season, is really what we're dealing with. Because for some reason, I don't know the weather. I mean, if it's freezing cold in the spring, that's supposed to have happened in the winter.
Right,
So
right.
the weather, I have no idea what's going on with the weather. But the one thing that is stable and not moving and not changing, and it does it every single year, is the seasons.
Absolutely.
The seasons will always show up when they're supposed to show up. And what happens in this season is we deal with a lot of people with allergies.
Gotcha.
And one of the best ways to overcome dealing with allergies, because allergies start to get intertwined with some of the food that we're eating, which we're dealing with genetically modified food. And GMO, genetically modified food, just means they're food that doesn't grow it's food that has not grown in its most natural state, and it's grown with like a man-made seed. Okay, so it's not real. And when it's not real, your body doesn't really recognize it. And so when your body doesn't recognize it, it causes flares because your body is contradicting it. When you think about it like this, when we talk about medications, right?
Right.
All medications have side effects, right?
Right.
All medications have side effects. The reason medications have side effects is because they're synthetic. So because they're synthetic, your body they're not residing in your body's most natural state for it to understand and recognize how to break it down. So it's really your body's way of saying, I'm not in agreement with this. What's going on? There's some kind of chemical component there I don't recognize. And so that's why it causes other problems.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, food is the same way. Because of the shortage in food in so many countries, and the shortage of just crops and the demand for food, it has created a demand for fake food. Okay. And so because there's fake food, it means that it's causing our bodies to be sick at a younger age. Because remember, sick and death was for the elderly.
Right.
Many, many moons ago. Nowadays, it's the young now, because all of the food our youth is eating is GMO.
Yep.
Right? Because we're eating out of convenience. We're eating out of convenience. So when we talk about allergy seasons and things like that, I can almost guarantee that probably 90% of allergies are improved if people will start to take care of their gut health, as well as look at the type and the quality of foods that they're eating.
Wow. Wow, that is outstanding to know that. But some people don't put that together, though. A lot of people don't put together that whatever you put in your mouth has a tendency to affect this body. People do not separate. I mean, I was like that for a long time myself, as you were saying, eating out of convenience, and
well, you don't speak that language either,
Right. Gotcha.
Which is why if you don't speak that language, like you speak marketing, so there's language you speak that I don't understand.
Right. I got you.
And so that's why we have to seek help from each other. That's why it takes a village for us to get to the finish line.
Right. Absolutely. It does. And you're absolutely right. And when you don't understand the lingo or the language, then you'll go based on assumption, but
Mhm.
we perish because of the lack of knowledge, but then you can, really come to a quick demise if you don't choose to go where the knowledge is. And
Mhm.
it's one thing to, and that's what we're doing here. And I'm grateful for you for really being
Mhm.
open of sharing the knowledge. And it's just really going to be up to the people to make sure that they adhere to what's being said.
Right.
And it always goes back to what you just said in the beginning. We have to fight for our health.
Right.
Are you willing to put the fight up? Are you willing
Yes.
to fight? That's one of the biggest things.
And get educated.
And
Because
education.
the fight is in the education.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's in the education if you're willing to get up to maneuver and go. Now, you mentioned gut health, and so once we eat these foods and understand a lot of our allergies, a lot of our things that we're dealing with is dealing with our food. Once it gets into the gut health, what are some diseases or some things, complications that we can expect from having, maybe an extended gut? And now some folks may not know
Right.
this. What are
So,
some of the
some of the
diseases?
things, and that's a great question because I know a lot of people are going to need to know what that means. So, what happens in most cases is that whenever there's an issue with gut health, whenever people start to have issues with indigestion, if
Hmm.
they start to have issues with bloating, that would be a
Hmm.
good example. Also, issues with constipation.
Wow.
And then some people get diagnosed with like IBS, Crohn's disease,
Hmm.
ulcerative colitis. Those are all signs that your gut is dealing with GMO foods and it doesn't know how to deal with it. And what you have to do is when you go in the store, when you start purchasing food, it needs to say on there non-GMO.
Mm.
That's what we have to
Mm.
start looking at because practically all the food we're eating now is GMOs, especially corn. All corn is GMO. You
Wow.
see? So we
I
have
don't
to
even need
start
it.
watching what we're eating and we have to start reading. And so this is your health. This is your livelihood. And so when people are sick and perishing too young, I just had a very close friend of mine to pass away Saturday and I was shocked when I got the call because it was
Ooh.
the last thing I would have expected. But there
Wow.
was a time that I know he was eating plant-based and then all of a sudden things changed or shifted in his life with the demand of work and all the responsibilities that sometimes we just kind of get comfortable and we figure we'll come back to it, but sometimes you may not have time to come back to it. So you have to make sure you practice self-love now and every day until it's time for you to transition. And if you practice that, I promise you you'll be here a lot longer than most who don't.
Wow. You have to practice self-love and self-care. You just can't allow yourself or your life to get too busy that you allow your health to lack. It's going to be responsibilities
Yes.
that comes up. So that's why you have to really start segregating time for you to prep your
Hmm.
meals, cook more.
Hmm.
Eating
Hmm.
out is just really almost a non-negotiable now. I don't even eat out much
Yes.
at all.
That's
I
wonderful.
really very rarely now eat out, not that much at all. I try my best to really make sure that I prep my meals. I position myself to cook more.
Look
uh, you
at
know,
you. Look at
grocery
you. Go ahead,
shopping.
Humdy.
And listen, I if we're gonna if we're gonna teach this,
Look
if,
at you. That's
we
wonderful.
thank you so much. If we're going to teach this, I have to actually be the one that's doing it too. I mean, you can't just put on this practicality or you can't put on this. It's not a t-shirt. It has to be in you. It has to be in
Yes.
you, not on you. So my goal is to really go through the same things that I'm really striving to show others how to do. I work out every day. I'm at the arena, the boxing arena every day. And I'm drinking my
That is
water. When
wonderful.
you tell me about the plastic bottles, here I got my stainless steel. This is where
There
I
you
drink
go.
my water out
Hmm.
of every day. So it's important.
Wonderful. That
It's
is
important.
so beautiful. And your life is just going to evolve and just blossom into a rose. It's an amazing journey. And the reason I celebrate you is because it's not a journey most men take. What I
Thank you.
find is the women will take the journey and they have to drag the man kicking and screaming and fighting.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
I just, I tell the women, I said, you want to have harmony in your house. And if your significant other does not want to join you and help you and support you, this is fun. This is going to be a little ugly, but it is going to be the truth. I tell them to make sure you have good life insurance.
Hey, that's the truth. And if you don't have any life
it is
insurance,
just the truth. And I know it, some people will cringe if it's not them and they're the ones that their significant others dragging and kicking and screaming. But I just feel like it's not fair for your significant other to become a caretaker sooner than later. And I see that more than anything is that if you don't care about your health, you eat whatever you want, you don't want to start to eat healthy, you don't want to exercise. And then here it is, your significant others trying to eat well, trying to exercise, and you're just sitting at home. I just tell them, make sure you have good life insurance, but keep peace in your house. Don't keep fighting them. Don't keep fussing with them, because you want to have harmony in your house. You want peace. You can't force your ways on somebody else. They have to want to do it. And if they don't want to, it's okay. You don't want to live like that. Just make sure that you have enough to cover what needs to be taken care of if they transition sooner than later.
Listen, you're absolutely right. And I thank you for the accolades. It is a fight. But the thing is, you have to keep in your mind, either you're going to do it now voluntarily or you're going to do it later involuntarily. So you're going to have to fight either way. Either you do it now when it's less complicated, or you do it later when it's more complicated and you're on medications. So listen, you have to keep that in the forefront of your mind. We're going to take a quick break, come back and wrap up. But always a pleasure, Dr. LaTronica, for you being here. And we'll be right back from a word from our sponsors. Oh, yeah, our sponsors. We're sponsored by Standard Magazine, the voice of the culture, and with the oxygen to the entrepreneur, and also KR3 and Code Enterprise. So we'll be right back once we get a word from our sponsors. Right back.
Life is filled with many unexpectancies. If something happened to you today, heart attack, cancer, stroke, or diagnosed with anything terminal, are you prepared for what's next? Only 1 out of 4 to 5 Americans have considered that life is unexpected, uncertain, and has some uncontrollable risk. Are you that 4 to 5 that hasn't taken action yet? Call right now for your free quote. Tomorrow's not promised. The protection of your legacy depends on what choice you make in this moment. Call right now.
Dublin, Georgia, let's get ready for a night of elegance.
You have a way with me like no one else. Yeah, you almost make me fall in love. If you keep this up, then I'll let you in. Oh, wanna get you closer to my body. Wanna feel your hands all over me. Gonna make them jealous, everybody. 'Cause you know we got it, chemistry. Oh yeah, all around me. Oh yeah, chemistry. Oh yeah, you and me. Yeah, you know we got it, chemistry. You make all my problems feel miles away. Nothing in this world made sense up till today. I can see the colors now, no black and white. If you keep this up, then I'll stay the night. 'Cause you have a way with me like no one else. Yeah, you.
The time is now for Supernatural Wealth Transfer for Kingdom citizens. Experience a time of transformation and empowerment at our 9th annual Call to Wealth International Summit. This one-of-a-kind event will be held at the luxurious Ritz-Carlton Aruba Resort, July 27th to the 30th. Fiery sunsets and calm turquoise water are the backdrop for your time of relaxation and rejuvenation. Event hosts are Paul and Angela Pipersberg. Our speakers will pull back the curtain on proven systems and strategies that has built their wealth portfolio. You will learn how to navigate this new economy through trading and accumulating digital assets. Special thanks to our diamond sponsor to date, Donnies Connerly, Citadel Community Development. Register now, www.angelapipersberg.com. Sponsorship and vendor opportunities are also available. Call 856-414-0818 for more information. See you in Aruba, your happy place.
At the dawn of your time, no one could calculate the storms of life. One thing's for sure, you were built for it. You have one life. Drive hard and live free. Lit Chat, now your words have fire.
Okay, we're back. We're back with the Case Couch so much, and we'll be wrapping up here in just a second. We have the great Dr. LaTronica Road to Wellness. Thank you so much again every Thursday for being available this week and sharing your words of wisdom and your golden nuggets with us on how to help keep ourselves in line with great health. Again, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the
Absolutely.
exposure. And I'm just extremely excited to see from where we started to how you have really evolved. And
Thank
just
you.
the full transparency and
Yeah.
sharing with people. I think that's important because it really sends a message to our men that this is for you
Thank you.
too,
It is.
not just
It is.
women. Men could do this too if you want to live full, have full vitality, have energy. You know, it's just an exciting place to be once you get there. You know how they say nobody can tell you what it's like being a multimillionaire, but when you get there, once you strive to get there, you will see that it was worth it. It's the
It was
same
worth
thing
it.
with your health. You have to strive to get there, but once you get there, you'll see it was worth it because you just wake up with so much vigor and energy and excitement for the day.
It
It
feels
just
good.
flows out of you. It just
Yes.
flows out of you.
Oh my
So
God, I
I'm
love it.
so proud of you.
Thank you so much, and just being connected, following your guidance, and going through certain things, and understanding that I got to make sure that I make this happen. No one is going to come for me. It is my personal responsibility to make sure that my health is good. It's just like renting an apartment. They can clear you to rent the apartment, but they're not going to come and clean up your everyday living. It's your
Yes.
responsibility. They're not going to pay the rent. You're going to pay the rent for the space. So that's how it is with your health. You pay the rent of this space in this body, and you take care of this body. God has created it. He's given you life. He's given you the ability to be a being. Now it's up to you to upkeep it, and it's based on your responsibility on how long it goes. We have our personal timeline. Eventually, we'll be gone. But while you're here, while you have existence, you determine whether this body can stay upkeep long enough to keep it moving based on what you eat, based on what you surround yourself and your environment. So I want to thank you for just really being available. And you spoke of life insurance before. If you don't have any life insurance, see me. I got you covered on life insurance. I definitely take care of that. But before we go, I want to discuss real quick this QR code we have at the top. And with this QR code, you position yourself to go to, I'm opening up my phone so you can see. You go to this website. This website talks about, let me see if you can see it. That's Dr. LaTronica's website. This is connected to the loyalty program. Real quick, Doctor, in the transition of dealing with these seasons, talk to us about the loyalty program and how we can get a part of that.
So wonderful. The loyalty program is a program we created to help people to stay well throughout the year without breaking the bank. That was the whole idea. So everyone should have a budget set aside of what am I going to do to stay well? We have our budget set aside for our rent. We have our budget set aside for our car notes, our mortgages, and all that fun stuff we want to do. But what is your budget for your health? There must be a budget for your health every month. So we created one that's only about $130, which includes you having a consultation with me, completing a Quest scan, which this is what the Quest scan is. It's this device right here where we put your DNA here, which when I say DNA, what that means is some clippings of your fingernails, a Q-tip swab of your mouth, and then just some little hair strands from the back of your neck. We place it on here, and it tells us if your body is experiencing any kind of stress, any kind of meridians that are off. And when I say meridians, that means that there are highways and highways and roadways inside the body that flow to give you that energy you need in order to function. If there's a blockage in the road, we can tell you what those blockages are. Because sometimes we, right now with everybody having a lot of mental and emotional imbalances, then we need to correct those. So, and it also provides you with some products to actually help you balance those. My favorite, of course, are the essential oils, because we use certified pure therapeutic grade, which means they have the ability to be even more potent than just taking herbs. They penetrate through the skin, and you're talking about within 2 minutes, they work so efficiently. So we have some that we certainly would recommend for mental and emotional instability. So I just encourage people to join the wellness program. Let us get you on some of the products and services that you need in order to stay well throughout the year. It's a great starting point. It's very affordable, and we keep building on that program, and we're going to continue to build and just add more and more value to it, so that the clients can realize you don't have to be local to do the scan. We actually could send the scan to you and send you the samples in the mail of what we need from you, and all you do is send that back to us. We place it on top of the scan, and we're able to run your test wherever you are, then call you and discuss the reports with you and what needs to happen in order for us to move your health forward.
And this
Right,
is,
so that's what that is for.
thank you so much, Doctor, for explaining that. And I want you guys to know that she is not just talking. I've experienced the Quest test. My mother has experienced the Quest test. My mom is actually on the loyalty program, and I'm going to be getting on the loyalty program very, very soon. But she's been on it for quite some time, and she's become now low-key essential oil educator, because she knows how to do. She's gotten so advanced to where that she can create her own concoction on how to help herself.
That's when you get really good.
She is low key educator on how to actually handle these oils. She writes everything down. She attends all the sessions, and she is really, really on top of her game. So people, listen, when I have a mom, she's over 70, and she can position herself to do this. If you're under 50, you can definitely do this. And if you're not in the best of health, it's because you chose not to be. Listen, doctor, I really thank you and I appreciate you every week, every time. I appreciate you for just making the decision to be the light that you are, because without your light and your conversation, many of us out here will be lost. I wouldn't know the information that you share with me when I did my Quest test, and I will be doing a new Quest test within the next 30 days. And so it's just, listen, I want you guys to understand that your health is everything. If you're striving to be wealthy, that's awesome. Strive to be wealthy. You deserve it. But if you're sick and you're going through pure hell with your health, your wealth means nothing. That means nothing. Your health, your true wealth is how healthy you are. You don't want to get all this money and spend all this money on trying to stay alive to spend the money, So it's just right now, just really be more cognizant and be more cautious and be more intentional about taking care of you. I say this not just because I'm just saying it. It's because I'm going through the same thing. I'm up every morning, fast, I'm praying, then I go work out, I'm cooking, I'm drinking water, I'm trying to do a little over a gallon a day, and it feels great. It feels good. I don't have any breathing problems. It's just a freeness that I cannot really go and explain. You have to experience it. I can tell you all day, but you have to experience it. I may have to later on in life get on some sort of medication. Who knows? But you know what?
You're not claiming that. Cancer.
I'm not. I'm not claiming it. But at least I'm not going out without a fight. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to take care of this now instead of trying to be reacting later. So, doctor, thank you. And no, I'm not claiming medications at all.
No, not at all. I have 80 and 90-year-olds here that are not on a single medication.
Hey, listen,
because they're doing exactly what you're doing right now, and they're constant and consistent. Constant and consistent. Because remember, the culprit is food. So the biggest thing that we usually encourage people to do as they really get on the journey of doing all the things you're doing. Now you're gonna reduce your frequency of eating.
That's true. Oh
Because
my
your
God, that
gut
is
is
so true.
your gut is your second brain. So when you reduce the damage to the gut, you live longer. You
That is
know?
so true. Oh wow. I thought it was just me. Like I really don't, you don't feel like eating much. Like I don't feel like eating a whole lot. I know I have to nourish my body for the workout, but that is so true. Like I do not feel like eating much at
Right.
all. So
Mhm.
wow, doctor, thank you so much. Like listen, I want you guys to hop on this. Y'all, I need y'all before we go. I want you guys to follow this young lady. You can find her on Facebook, LaTronica Fisher on Facebook. You can find her on Instagram, Dr. Fisher R2W. She's on LinkedIn, Dr. Fisher Road to Wellness. You got her website here, drlatronicafisher.com. The QR code is available here. You utilize your cell phone. If you can't quite get it with Droid, I understand Droid is a little lack on QR codes as a whole. But if you do have an Apple phone, does work with the Apple phone. Make sure you have your Apple phone available. But if you need to contact the office, you get a free consultation with her when she schedules you in. 713-520-8188. She has a phenomenal staff, very pleasant. They actually mirror her personality. So listen, they're very thorough. So just make sure you guys give her a call. Get your schedule done. This lady, this young lady, this light has proven systems that help you get on the road to wellness. Listen, I really appreciate you, doctor. Anything else that you want to say before we go?
No, I think we said it all. I think we're giving them enough to digest, and so now it's just the ball. The ball is in their court.
Absolutely. It's in
The
their
ball
court.
is in
Listen,
their court.
it is.
Just get started sooner than later. Get started.
Just get started. Listen, you guys know my thing. Love life and live love. You only have one life. So we'll be talking to you soon. Y'all be cool, be blessed. It's been the Kouch, K's Couch.